join your group because they're on Facebook. They see that you're Konkani, and then you could probably lead them to.
We do.
One of the cool things about, how many of you have been to Konkani Chatter? Right? Okay, so for everyone that's been, it's an amazing forum that Facebook just doesn't have. There's privacy, there's the ability to chat, right, with people you may not know. I mean, Sangeeta, is she here? Sarah? There she is. Like, Sangeeta and I never met, and it's only through Konkani Chatter that we became friends, and 4 years later we're meeting for the first time at this convention. So things like that, but I think that's why we're trying to promote Konkani Chatter instead of Facebook, because with Facebook, it is individual. You're updating your own status. You're putting up your own pictures. At Konkani Chatter, it's about a community, and that's the difference. And so, whatever topic, we have everything there. So, and if there's not a topic that we haven't discussed, we'll create something for you to do that. So, what we do though, to get back to your question about Facebook, is that we will get people who are on Facebook onto Konkani Chatter and vice versa. And people just become friends through Facebook and then start tweeting each other and then start IMing each other. So we are trying to be socially networked out, but at the same time, the point of Konkani Chatter is to create that community dialogue and to have that interface with individuals that you may never have met in person, and Facebook kind of doesn't allow that.
And I'm not saying that you should Facebook
No,
should be primary, but what
it's
I'm
there,
saying
you're right.
is that it's a great marketing tool to
Yes,
get people.
absolutely.
People who don't know about this, or if it's in your face constantly, like you get a state update from the Konkani group or whatever.
There is a couple.
There's
Konkani and Konkani Pride are two Facebook groups. They have like in the announcements section.
Was it very nice? There are two Facebook groups. I think please help me out, guys. Konkani and Konkani Pride, I think. And on there we try and post like just different discussions, different announcements and stuff about the Konkani convention, stuff like that. Facebook is a great tool for information dissemination, but to make those lasting connections, we use Konkani Chatter.
But it's a good recruitment tool.
And then for the cooking, I'm really, I think that I like the cooking idea because I don't cook. I would love to learn how to cook cooking recipes, but an idea is to maybe somebody do a little demo and put it on YouTube.
Totally. That's actually a lot of the ideas we're getting.
Because I YouTube everything. I don't know about everyone else, but I will YouTube Konkani food and cook your recipes.
Totally. And part of the sign-up process and all that, is meeting people to cook, needing people to view, giving feedback. This is pretty grassroots, so we need a lot of participation. So.
Can I say one thing? I know there's a lot of specific questions. The whole presentation was to give you guys kind of like an overview of what the potential is. Of course, this can be directed in any way. This is not, like Ajay said, a San Francisco thing. This is not like a chapter thing where we're going to have one in New York. This is a national level. We need to think of this as an overall view. So we definitely want people from the East Coast to participate. Like he said, we want people to get involved. So try to think of this as the arena to create all of these avenues and outlets, so.
One question. I think probably the most common thing that we all have is language more than anything else. Otherwise, what defines us from the rest of the Indians and then fifth grade becoming doctors. That's something that's kind of around. So language, I would say, is the most important. And I think a lot of us here can understand it, but can't necessarily speak it. And so the question I have for you, is there any, I know it's hard for a language that doesn't have a written language, for example, but are there any efforts on your side to actually put it down, not necessarily on webinar, but actually put it to paper, and even in different scripts, in the native script, and native Devanagari, or the kind of script, for example?
Yes.
The short version is yes. I think they're trying to make efforts as far as we're trying to do a webinar, and we're trying to start it to where, since it is a language that's spoken, and sometimes it's really hard to put that on paper because of pronunciation at this point. I think there are things that we have. There's like a Konkani dictionary that has been written, a Konklish dictionary or something to that effect. And this is a great thing that this is why we're here, to create those kind of things.
There is, for those of you who don't know, there is an publish like a workbook that it's actually audio with a book. Who is, do you have any contact?
Yeah, so it was sold during the 2006 convention, and we have the electronic version of it now, so we're working to get it online. Basically, it's a self-paced workbook with audio to take you through, just like the Rosetta Stone stuff, to take you through it. So, and there's two versions, the GSB and the CS version, so remember which one that's supposed to be.
Also, the language webinar is more specific for like what's relevant to us in terms of the Konklish is very thorough. It's like Rosetta Stone, you know, he, she, pronouns, whatever, which is great, but sometimes it's not as quickly as you need to get when you go to the next mail-in and someone asks you how you're related. So the language webinars that you're trying to host are a little bit more like right to the meat of what you need to know, much more conversational, much more copy kind of stuff. So we're trying to put it into a quick, fast-paced context, but that's more the language webinar that we've been putting together for Nakya specifically. But the Konklish is much more thorough and much more, you can put the thing on repeat and learn ba, the, all that stuff.
But yeah, with the language webinar, please do sign up because we're hoping to launch it in the next 2-3 weeks. So if you'd like to participate, we do have a beginner and advanced script ready, and we have prepared it, enjoyed preparing it, and want to share it with you. So please participate, and my voice will be better by then.
Any other questions?
Where can you get the list of the email addresses that you just showed?
We're gonna put all the presentations on our website
Okay.
so that people who weren't at the different seminars can also see it.
And then you can also email us at info@nakya.org. Any other questions? All right, so in closing, you know, I don't know how much people know about sort of the history of Konkani culture, but you know, we have a sort of history of migration, right? You know, we were kind of in the Indus River area by Kashmir, and you know, there was a drought and people sort of migrated to the south, to Goa, and then from there, when the Portuguese came, went even further down to South Canara, southern part of Karnataka. And you know, some people in this room, and predominantly our parents' generation, have kind of written that next chapter of having migrated to the United States. So it's really on us to sort of define that next chapter. So I really hope that you guys can get involved, help support this community, and help sustain it. So thank you very much for coming.
Awesome. All right, so we are going to transition out, and we're going to have the DC team come up here. Oh, wait. All right, we are gonna take this time to talk about. All right, we're gonna take this time to talk about the convention and to sustain our community, and we're gonna open it up to you all, and we're gonna first. This is kind of like just feedback to us, feedback to the future youth convention planners. Also, you know, just how do we keep this going? A lot of the times we struggle with that. You know, you'll see that next year at the main convention, it's going to be a Konkani cruise. So this is the first time that we're holding a convention on a cruise. But part of this process is really self-evaluation and making sure that the people who've never been to a youth convention